All right, it's live. All right, it is 5:30 on a Friday. Welcome to the room where it happens. I'm going to make the first of 3 pizzas for my family tonight. So, these are my doughs. They proof overnight in the refrigerator, and then I take them out at 4:30 to kind of thaw a little bit. Now, they do stick, so I use cornmeal. To kind of get them out. Now the top of the dough ball goes on the bottom. This is actually going to become the bottom of the pizza because it's going to be the smoother of the 2 sides. And eventually we're going to put it on this peel. So you want to make sure there's a dusting of cornmeal on the peel. Now a lot of pizza shops will use flour. I like cornmeal because it makes the crust awesome. So you just kind of want to spread the dough around and you want to stretch it as it goes around. You don't want it to stick to the table. So if you need to add some more flour or cornmeal, that's fine. Now, if you keep flipping and you've lost track of what's the top and what's the bottom, it will be obvious, top, bottom. All right, now, you want to stretch it out with your hands. I know you're probably looking for a little toss, so let's get that out of the way. Now, the humidity is a large factor on affecting the dough. Today's not so bad, even though I thought it would rain. So you just want to stretch it out. And I'm going to sauce it. I'll talk more about the sauce as it's par baking. But I basically use 4, 5 tablespoons of sauce to spread that around. This spoon came with me when I moved out of my parents' house, and I only ever use it for saucing pizza. It's my special spoon. Now here's one of my secrets. I'm going to par bake this. If I didn't put the sauce on it, it would blow up and then fall and become pita bread. But I'm going to put this in the oven. Let me do that now. And we're going to go 2.5, 3 minutes in that. Let me put the light on. Now my oven goes to 550 degrees. Plus I have a pizza stone. So I will par bake for about, well, since this is only going to have cheese on it, I don't want the cheese to burn. So I'm going to go 3 minutes of a par bake, and then I'm going to take it out, put the cheese on top, and it's going to go back in for 4 minutes. So, now my sauce, I make my own sauce. I start off with a can of tomatoes. And I like to break them up with my hands, but not everybody likes the chunky style sauce. So I switch to puree, and I put that in a pan with garlic and olive oil and salt. And I let that reduce a little bit. And then I split it into 2 containers. One I use the next day, the other I freeze and use the next week. So now let's talk about the cheese. This is Sargento, whole milk, mozzarella. Now the two most important words on this packaging are whole milk. You don't want to use part skim, you don't want to use low fat. It just doesn't melt the right way. So do yourself a favor and make sure you use whole milk mozzarella. So I'll take the next dough ball out while we're waiting. So I still have a couple minutes. I make my own dough every Thursday night. Getting harder and harder to find yeast out there. So now I'm just going to push this aside so that's ready. My dough recipe is on my YouTube channel. So if you go to youtube.com/c/Bob Falkenstein, you'll have access to my dough recipes and my recipes for sauce, shrimp scampi, chicken marsala. So all right, we're coming up on 2.5 minutes. So I'm going to get my cheese ready. I have my phone way across the room, and I didn't reverse because people want to be able to read my apron. So I have no idea who's leaving a comment, but thank you for watching. Okay, let me get my trusty peel, and it's been 3 minutes. Now, I used to take a long time to put the toppings on a pizza. And then I would go to slide it out in the oven, and it would like flop all over the place. So that's how I came up with the idea of par baking. Plus, I don't like burnt cheese at all. So by par baking it, you'll make sure that the crust is finished by the time the cheese starts to melt. This is pretty cool. We just buy whatever's on sale, as long as it says whole milk. This is off the block, so it's like a real thick shred. We'll see how it melts, but I have an idea. It's going to be pretty awesome. All right, so I use a whole 8 ounces weight, which is 2 cups volume. And you kind of want to push it to the end. You want to favor the edges over the middle. It has something to do with math and circumference and pi and all that stuff. Now this is another secret. Just a little spritz of olive oil. Going to help give the cheese extra flavor. I don't use the olive oil on a pepperoni because it's too greasy to begin with. And now we sprinkle some oregano. And going back in the oven for 4 minutes. But I will keep an eye on it because, like I said, I don't like burnt cheese. And we'll start the clock. So, this is my pizza cutter. I got this, had to be close to 25 years ago. My wife hosted a Pampered Chef party, right? And I got this. That's when I got the pizza stone. So I've been making pizzas for a long time. When I was at Kutztown, I worked at Domino's. I was a driver, but I was also, I trained all the new employees. So part of the training was you'd show them how to make a pizza. And that's where I realized how easy it is. And I've been experimenting with different kinds of doughs. I use bread flour. Bread flour holds the pizza. It allows you to stretch it more than regular flour does. So just want to see how this is doing. This will be fine. But yeah, normally 4 minutes isn't that much long. Let me get a do-over on that. Usually 4 minutes isn't that long. But when you're talking in front of a live YouTube feed, it seems like it's taking forever. So I know a lot of people like to go in with the peel and turn the pizza around. My oven has a pretty even heat. Every time you open the door, you're just letting heat out. So I like to keep the door shut. I have a nice little light that I can see in there. So the next pizza is going to be a pepperoni pizza. And our market just started to carry this Dietz & Watson pepperoni. I think it is far superior than the Hormel pepperoni. So, and plus I love supporting Dietz & Watson because I'm a Philly boy and they're a Philly company. So we'll get ready for that. And my wife likes vegetable toppings. So we're going to put mushrooms and olives on the next one. Now, those of you who see my pictures every Friday, you know I like to take pictures of pizzas after they come out of the oven. I'm not going to take a picture of this one because my camera is sitting on a tripod across the room. But I will take a picture of the other two. All right, let me take a peek. All right. There's one little burn spot, but that's because the crust or the dough rose up through. But it's been 3 minutes. Now this is crucial. You need to keep an eye on it in the final minute. Because, like I said, I don't like burnt cheese. Okay, so it's 320. Now this is a 550 degree oven. That's pretty darn hot. It's been 330. I'm going to slowly go for it now at 340. There we have it. That is cheese pizza #1. So thanks for watching. I would love to do all three, but you're probably bored by now. I'm going to exit this way and turn that phone off. Have a great weekend. Where's the off? Oh, finish.